As the Hokies paced by Kerry Blackshear today, 21 points and 7 rebounds for Kerry Blackshear. And we welcome Buzz Williams now courtside with us. And, Coach, first and foremost, congratulations on an ACC victory. We have certainly learned how difficult those are to come by. Today, you really make Notre Dame reliant on the three-point shot. 61% of their field goal attempts come from outside the arc. How were you able to accomplish that, and how did it allow you to accomplish earning the victory this afternoon?
Well, you know, that's just part of what we do in cover two. We want to force contested threes. Typically speaking, they'll end up being corner threes. If you study even when we made the change to cover two after Miami last year, and if you study non-conference play this year, teams are going to shoot 20 percentage points higher in their three-point field goal attempts when they play us. It's just the defensive philosophy. 61% obviously is a high number, but that's just what it's predicated on. I can't hear myself. Is it working?
Should be. Here we go. There we go.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you either, but I could hear you because you're so
close. That means
close.
the 12 people listening.
No, they can hear you.
9.
Yeah, they can hear you.
Oh, they can?
Yeah.
Go. How good was your defense during that run when it was like 8-0 and 15-2? That was your defense was as good as it's been all year, isn't it?
I think our guys have been. What I told them, you know, as a coach, the week you dread the most is the week after Christmas, because it's always following their longest break of the season. Typically, there's a non-conference game and there's preparation for a conference game. But anytime you're the first game of the season, like we were this year, obviously, in the last 7 days, all of that has taken place. And without question, it's been the most mature group in that week. And I think our staff doesn't get the credit they deserve relative to the details that they present to our kids. And then the next step of it is how our kids are able to absorb that and execute it. And I thought a lot of that you were able to see in those runs for sure, but throughout the game.
Coach, it seemed like one of the ways Coach Bray was going to challenge that maturity throughout this game was trying to change defensive looks regularly to the 2-3 man-to-man, and it seemed like you guys were able to handle that very well with Nickeil Alexander-Walker kind of being the linchpin regardless of what offense you were running.
We like it when teams play zone, but I think, not trying to coach his team, but if we're in such a groove against their man, obviously you want some sort of change of pace to see if something can stick, and our kids were prepared for that. That's how Notre Dame plays. I don't think it was specific to us. I just think that's the way coaches always done things. Get in a groove, get in a rut, and change defenses to try to change the pace, to try to get consecutive stops. And I thought the segue of are they in man or zone, I thought our team collectively, no matter who was on the floor, handled that very well.
It was a 2-point game at the half. Those 8 offensive rebounds is a lot to overcome.
That was the difference.
Yeah, a lot to overcome. But the second half started, that was kind of wild. You had 3 3-point plays the old-fashioned way, kind of set the tone there a little bit.
Well, I think they had missed 16 shots in the first half and had 8 offensive rebounds. They had more turnovers at halftime than they were averaging per game. They're a very low. I think they're 4th in the country in turnover percentage. But we had the same number of field goal attempts at half as they did, and we only had 2 turnovers. It was because of those offensive rebounds. And we did better in the second half. But that's, as I just told the team, I think that is going to continue to be something we talk about every game, regardless of opponent. Can we finish the possession with the rebound?
Coach, when you did finish a possession with a rebound, it seemed like your no-dribble transition really got going in the second half.
Yeah, anytime with our speed, one of the things that I said to the team about the rebounds at halftime, our speed is going to be a weapon for the most part, no matter who the opponent is. But I did not think in the first half that we had physicality with the speed. I thought we were a little too finesse. I thought they were the more physical team. I thought KJ's and one to start the second half. The second basket was Nickeil's and one. I thought that set the tone relative to the physicality, and I think that those possessions helped us relative to finishing the possession with the rebound defensively.
And how about the way Nikhil and Med shot the ball? Both of those guys, 7 out of 8, 14 of 16 overall, 34 points. Well, when you get that kind of production of them offensively, it's just outstanding.
Well, you know, it always looks good, like we talked about in pregame, when the shot goes in. There have been 2 games this year in 2 different halves when we were shooting the same shots and they didn't go in. And not to be a prophet, but that's going to happen again more than once over the next 17 regular season games. I think what we're doing offensively puts those guys in a position to be successful. I think their maturity is what allows our group to know this is your shot at this time. Very rarely does Virginia Tech shoot a surprise shot. Even you guys, I mean, I've never listened to you guys call a game, but if I did, I would say that you're never oh, I can't believe he shot that ball. You know, there's not any surprises, and that's a sign of good players. That's a sign of a staff that works an inordinate amount to make sure they understand that. But it's also mature guys going, yeah, we know we could shoot that, but we're going to get a better one.